Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your January 2021 reading. This is your sign. My name is Venmo Kelly. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm so excited to give you guys your first message for the month of January, all the Sagittarius out there. You guys, I shuffled the cards before this video started. You got flexible and it is upside down. You have unfinished Symphony and that's upside down. And your last card is Treasure Island, which is your treasure chest, but it's on a turtle. So it's like you are slowly getting to your piggy bank, but it's not happening fast enough for you guys. And what this reading is saying to me is that your life has been turned upside down and you're being asked to be stretched and flexible. And maybe you weren't able to be that way before, but you're having that experience now. And it's hard and it's not easy, but this is bending, not breaking. So you guys, even though you're being asked and stretched in ways that you never knew were possible, and I know you're not a contortionist, but it might feel like somebody wants you to be. An unfinished symphony is like unfinished business and things that you thought were gonna be go a certain way and maybe they haven't and you have to revisit them, but it's leading you to your treasure island. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into your reading and give you some more in-depth messages because I feel like there's a little bit more to this story and I'm starting to get the picture, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So let's see. So Happy New Year. It says teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. So when it's upside down and has a message of protection, and it says when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose access to grow and untapped potential. You find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach is better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. So this is saying maybe you guys were looking at a situation as black or white, right or wrong, good or bad. So like this is asking you to look at it from a different perspective. That, you know, a lot of times when you are fighting with people, it is a indication that secretly you are fighting with yourself. And you're being asked to bend in ways that you never knew were possible. But this is saying you can bend, you're not going to break. Maybe you had to be that way in order to keep yourself safe and protect yourself. And I get it. You had to be rigid. It was the only way you could have survived what you survived. But this is saying you don't have to keep surviving. God, Spirit, the divine, your angels, your higher power, whoever you believe in, they want you to start being able to open your heart a little bit. I guess feeling safe enough to do that. You're a lot more protected than you think you are. And I know you had to get that way to survive. But now this is saying you don't have to just survive anymore. You're going to thrive. But it's hard to do. It's not easy. So it's a process. Try and be kind to yourselves and put down the baseball bat. Stop beating the shit out of yourselves. That's all. So Sounds so easy. When you've been beating the shit out of yourself for your entire life, it doesn't just stop, but maybe you just won't do it as much. And seeking outside help is not a negative thing, and it is not a sign of weakness. So a lot of times the people you might need to reach out to are not going to be related to you. They're not family members. It might be a counselor or a therapist or a 12-step support group or a spiritual advisor or a life coach or Weight Watchers or all of the above. It takes a village. You can no longer put all of your eggs in one basket anymore, and you don't have to. So the next one is unfinished symphony, and it's upside down. And what this is saying is unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, a lack of closure, the need to make amends. When unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it's a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things and let yourself get distracted. Just tie up any loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the miracle. Don't quit before the miracle happens. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirit wants you to win. So you guys, you might have to go back and apologize for your behavior or something you said or something you did. It might be weighing on your heart, but a lot of times acknowledging that you're wrong and asking for forgiveness is not that easy. And if you grew up in a place where you were never allowed to be wrong and you were never allowed to make a mistake, it's very hard to apologize. But this is saying that you can still do it. And right now you might be feeling overwhelmed and you don't know how to go back and address this. You guys, nobody is good at this. Nobody got the tools to be good at life. I don't care who you were, who you are. We did not get the bag of tools. So now you're starting to get the tools, which is, I know you guys are going to start to be able to forgive yourself for the things you couldn't have done any different or any better. When you do better, okay, I'm going to tell you this. My girlfriend said this to me and it's so beautiful. She said, I guarantee if you knew better, you would have did better. So I am relaying that to all of you Sages. If you knew better, you would have did better. And you're starting to know better now. And you're starting to do better. So we're going to practice putting down the baseball bat. You can go back and apologize, make amends. One of the things, a great way to start off, if you have to talk to somebody, is always start off with a positive. I really value our relationship. However, when you said this to me, my feelings were hurt and I acted like an asshole. I'm really sorry. Is there anything I can do to make this better? If that's too hard, that's okay. Even acknowledging that you might not have handled it in the best possible manner. It's not about how you handled it. It's how you go back and correct it. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody does anything perfectly. We're all just practicing. My one girlfriend said too, you can do it like a sandwich. Start off with a positive, go into what happened, and then end it on a positive note. If you have a hard time doing this, it's okay. You're gonna get nervous, but I want to promise you that you will feel a freedom like you can't even believe, and have a peace and feel lighter. And you guys deserve that. You deserve peace. You deserve happiness, and you deserve to stop beating the shit out of yourself and stop fighting with yourself. You're going to get flexible. Not to be a contortionist, but you are going to be able to bend and you're not going to break. And the next one is Treasure Island. And maybe you're afraid that if you acknowledge that you made a mistake, that you're going to lose out on finances, or that somebody's going to try and kick you while you're down. And I want to let you know, most people are not here to kick you while you're down. You do that enough on your own and by yourself. And if anybody is kicking you while you're already down, they are not safe people. And I would limit my time with these people as much as you possibly can. You do not need to feel worse about yourself. You can do that on your own for free. All right, Treasure Island, the law of attraction, bringing your dreams into fruition, the abundance appearing as if it's from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to a buried treasure and tapped into the unlimited potential within you. What you must now hone in on is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of the golden opportunities may be obvious to others, but others may not be. Okay. Because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way as you now enter into this truly prosperous phase, where all along hard work navigating your life is now paying off externally in all aspects of your life at this time. You have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others as a treasure shared multiples like magic. So you guys, you're tapping into something that maybe you didn't know you were going to, but this is all part of your process as you release yourself from the things you thought you should have known and done better. You know what? I'm going to share with you. I went to a rehab where there was a priest who did this mass that was so incredibly beautiful. I don't even like church, but if you met Father Bill, you would have loved church. He cursed during mass, which was right up my alley. But he said, when you are in an addiction, you are too sick to sin. So if your addiction is drugs and alcohol, you were too sick to sin. If your addiction is codependency, that is a real live addiction. You are too sick to sin. If you are in a gambling addiction, if you are a sex and love addict, you're too sick to sin, and God is not holding that against you. So when you are spiritually disconnected, you are too sick to sin. So the forgiveness is there for you. If you are thinking you've done so many things wrong that you don't deserve to be forgiven, this is saying, yes, you do. And you are. It's already there for you. And maybe part of this message of you reading or watching this today is for you to get the forgiveness freedom that you guys need. And it is not coming from me. It is coming from the divine. So just so you know, guys, you don't need that baseball bat anymore. It says, awakening ancient wisdom. Deep inner knowing is emerging with me. You guys, you are opening up your hearts. And as you are opening up your hearts, you're starting to notice things that maybe you had to stuff down and not pay attention to. But sometimes you can get a feeling, and you might not be able to put it to words or describe when something isn't right for you. So you won't have physical proof, but you'll feel it in your body. So that's your intuition, and that is God speaking to you. And a lot of times, excuse me, how you can see your intuition speaking to you is how your body reacts to things. And sometimes when you can't emotionally or intellectually react to something, it comes out in your body. So it might come out as a headache. It might come out as stomach issues. It might come out as anxiety. It might come out as depression that can lead into addictions. So like, it might get physical first, where you start to get physically sick before you're able to open up to your intuition, but it is happening. So working on trusting it, believing it, and not having to prove it to somebody else first, that's a process. And you guys are being awakened. And if you're wondering what's going on, you are waking up to yourself. It's beautiful. And even though it's beautiful, it is not easy. The next one says manifesting your dreams. My dreams are coming true. So you guys, everything that you want that is meant for you will be there for you. You cannot miss it. You cannot mess it up. You're manifesting your dreams. And this is like, this card is beautiful. It's like nature, it's outside, it's freedom. So like, you have been manifesting your dreams whether you realize it or not. And your process started long before you can actually see the fruits of your labor. And there are fruits on here. So it's like, your miracle already started to happen long before you could see it, but you're starting to see it and feel it. And the next one says, let go. I surrender to the joyous ebbing and flow, to the ebbing and flowing of life. So you guys, letting go. This is like being flexible. Letting go is not easy, but it's saying that you are slowly starting to go with the flow instead of fight against it. And you know what? You had to fight against it until you were so mentally, physically, and spiritually exhausted that you had to be redirected into going with the flow. So the letting go is a practice, and part of letting go is not that you're not going to want to control things. It's not that you're not going to want to hang on to things. It's going to be like, what can you do when you're trying to let go? You can go out and do things that bring you joy and distract you from realizing you cannot control everything. It doesn't mean that you don't want to. It doesn't mean you're not going to try, but it means you're being redirected to start going with the flow, and you're practicing with it. And when you go with the flow, you feel peace, but sometimes you might have to go back and be like, oh God, shit, this doesn't feel good, and turn back around. So it doesn't mean that you're not gonna, that everything's gonna be easy and it's just gonna go perfectly. But it's like, you're starting to resist and you're starting to go with the flow. And honestly, guys, congratulations. This is not easy, Sagittarius, and you guys are doing it. The next one says change. You are transforming. Let go of the past. Embrace the light and joy of this new day. So you guys are changing. You're going through change. Again, the flexibility, the going with the flow. Change is not easy. So even though it's not easy, you're starting to be open and to welcome it. And a lot of times, God does for us what we cannot do for ourselves. So maybe you had to be taken out of a situation, or removed from it in order for you to get a little bit of a different perspective. So the next one says dreamer. Your dreams have chosen you, finding fulfillment in pursuit of your destiny. This is the magic of your life. So you guys, your dreams have chosen you. Your destiny, your fulfillment is coming. It is here for you. And the next one is humor. Laugh at yourself. Lighten your heart. Let nothing steal your happiness. You guys, you need to learn how to start laughing again. Maybe you've been through a lot of trauma. I think you have. Learning how to laugh, honestly, is a practice, and it's hard to do if there's a lot of anger underneath there and a lot of hurt. So let me give you a few ideas of what you could do to start laughing. You want to see something funny? I bought a hula hoop and I can't even hula hoop. That is fun and it's funny and it makes me laugh. So that's something I tried to do during the pandemic. In fact, now that I'm telling you, I'm going to have to go downstairs and get my hula hoop out just so I can laugh. Watching a comedy movie, watching Sebastian Maniscalco, that guy's funny. Ticked Off Vic on YouTube, that guy's really funny. Like, start doing things that bring you joy and make you laugh and bring a smile to your face. You guys need laughter. And from what this is saying, you guys are pretty funny and you have a good sense of humor. And you're a joy to be around. There's a cat in this picture. Maybe your animals give you joy. Maybe you give joy to animals. But this is saying, you guys, you're lightening up, you're changing, you're bending, you're not going to break, and you're going with the flow. So you guys, it seems like January for all you Sagittarius is going to be a great month of change, flexibility, happiness, and humor. So this is your sign, signing off. I will see you guys soon.